Lorna. I decided to make a video because I think it might be easier to explain this. But don't worry, really simple. It's just a matter of learning how to use these CSS style sheets and reading a little bit of HTML to get that effect that you wanted. So basically, what I did was create a sheet full of style commands that the page uses when it loads. So let me show what I'm talking about. So if I go to my file manager, I have this folder called CSS, and if I open it, there's this thing called allweeks.css. What you want to do is you would just want to first download this to your desktop because this is what creates those that centered format. But if you see, for each week, I actually have different CSS style sheets. So here I have a week one memo, a CSS, week one reading guide, reading and podcast guide CSS. I need a different CSS for each one because I changed the photo that I have in the background. So let me just download these. Okay. All right, so I'm just gonna download them. So now I'm gonna go to week one. So if you notice, this is I'm under author, so this I can play around with. For me to get this effect, I use that style those style sheets. So if I go to HTML tab under here, this gives me all the HTML conversion of this design. Right. So this design tab makes everything easy because it's pretty much like working on a simple text document. But every time you bold something or do anything into that file, if you put a design in it, the HTML will reflect it. So in the beginning, this is a little daunting reading all this stuff, but it's really quite easy. And here are just a few things you need to uh, use. So here, this href command is very important because what I'm saying here is that I want this page to use this style sheet, right? So I'm using the allweek.css, which gives you that middle centered text format, the gray area, right? So if you notice the course, the titles are in gray, and then I have these boxes that are kind of to delineate different subdivisions. And then here, that's the week one CSS, which basically is the photo I have in the back. So let me just show you in design what I'm talking about. So basically the CS, I'm going to go into course. I'm going to show you a better picture. Let's say this one. Not happy with that background. All right, this one. So the CSS basically tells the page that, okay, I want this to be gray and I want my heading to be white. And then these borders here, I also specified in the CSS, which I'll open in a little bit. So all these styles have been specified by that CSS sheet. Okay, so let's go into author again and then HTML mode. All right, so this is easy. What you need to do is these slashes mean my path, right? So when I go to my um, my file manager, this just basically means that I want you to use this sheet. It's in course, current course, a folder called week one, and then a sheet called CSS memo. And here it does the same thing, current course, CSS. So these are basically, that slash means folder up. Um, let me, oops. Okay. So if I go to this site, I'll show you my file manager. So when I go to file manager, right? So these are folders, right? So the large folder is called current course slash CSS slash all weeks. And this one is, it's a folder called current course slash week one. And this is the document that I want. So it's really easy. So let me just show you how these documents look. That all CSS looks like this, right? So here is the CSS style sheet that I have. It basically distinguishes color and all that stuff. So background color, foreground, all these nice things. And then if you notice my week one CSS, that's it. It's basically just a background image, which is the Quetzalcoatl snake that I have. So this CSS document specific for the week just basically changes the background document, which is this one. This thing here, this background. Um, so if you want to change the background here, just change that style sheet, or you can even make this blank. In some of my courses, like let's say this paper, I think it's the position paper, or sources I have, it's actually just blank, right? Sometimes that's better, it's a little cleaner. Okay, so there are a couple of things that you should know about the style sheet, and these are just a few things that I thought you'd find useful. Just some commands. So the slash, this one, slash div means to end a style, right? So if you notice, I have these gradients, right? So anytime you want to put a gradient, you basically just type, you can even just copy and paste. You can command it to say, okay, I want a a gradient, and it's called gradiated, right? So it's a type of style that I want. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, let's say I just want to create a box here on top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to author page. I'm going to go to my HTML, and I'm just going to copy and paste this command because I just want a new gradient, and then I'm going to close it. Let's see here, I'm going to say sample. Yay! So that's how I created this box. So whenever you want the box to end, just put slash / div, right? So div class is equal to gradiated means you create this new box, and slash div means it's done. I'm gonna erase this. All right, I hope that's clear. Let me know if you have any questions, but I think for the specific thing you wanted, it's basically these things. The all week style sheet, and then you can create, if you want to add that photo, it's the week one. I mean, sorry, you just create another style sheet, call it whatever you want, but basically you put the name of the file. Just keep in mind that that file is the background. If you want to add a photo, it's easy. You don't even need to put it in the style sheet. So if you want to add a photo, this Machu Picchu, for example, there isn't even a style sheet for that. I just, inserted an image. But for this background red image, you want it to be in your style sheet. Okay, that was a little impromptu, but I hope it was helpful. Okay, thanks. Bye.